Hello, everyone, and welcome to the moon phase reading. This is going to be for the full moon in August 19th or on August 19th through the period of the new moon on September 2nd, also Labor Day. These readings are for the spiritual energies that we need to be aware of. It's kind of like, what's the magical weather going to be like? What things can we work on? What things should we avoid during the period between those two moon phases? So I'm doing this reading on the 18th, the day before the full moon on the 19th. And then we'll get through that full moon phase and all of the things coming to completion and coming forward for us to work on. And then I feel that this reading will actually kind of kick off and start as we move from the full moon to that new moon phase on September 2nd. So it's in that in between the two phases, and what we can work on, what we should avoid, what we should be aware of, maybe what we should look out for. We'll just see what the cards say. I'll use my pendulum to pull these cards, and we'll go from there. I want to apologize. I did not get the latest moon phase reading done. That would have been the last new moon to this full moon. I apologize for that. Life just got in the way. I don't have any other real reason for that. But I can say that it is my desire to make sure these readings go out at least one day before the particular moon phase they're starting on. I don't want to do them too far out, but I also don't want to do them after the event has started. That was one of the reasons why I didn't do the other reading, because by the time I could get to it, we were well into a week into the period, and I didn't feel it was, I don't know, just didn't feel right, you know? So let's get into this. This is a reading for what we need to know, those of us that work with magical energies and spiritual energies, those of us that work with manifestation or prayer. What do we need to know going into this period of the full moon to the new moon? All right, do a quick cut, and then let's get on with it. And my pendulum. And let's just see what the cards say. I'll pull 3 cards. And I'm focusing on that question of what we need to know. This one wants to come out. Tuck that one back in. Number 2. One underneath there. There are a couple underneath there. So we will separate those. It's in that stack. We'll see what it says. The one that was on top of the stack. Great. There's our number 3. All right, let's take a look at what we've got for this period of the moon phase. Number 1, 4 of Swords. Number 2, Knight of Wands and the Hierophant. All right off the bat, 4 of Swords is all about rest. It's all about rest and recovery from a turmoil of thought. It's a time of regeneration, recovery. It is a time to, after this full moon specifically, it feels like there's going to be a lot of energy over the next 3 days. And then it's going to be time to really stop and try to get some rest in, try to get some recovery energy, taking care of yourself, resting, trying to get a lot of good sleep, especially you dream workers out there. Make sure you get probably 2 times as much sleep as you think you need. Now moving into Knight of Wands and the Hierophant. This seems to suggest, what I'm getting is that as from this rest, you are going to be getting a lot of good ideas. Focus on things you can move forward with your passions as you come towards the new moon, because it'll be really important to plant those seeds on the new moon. But you're really only going to get this energy, this charge of energy towards your passions and what you really want to accomplish and what fires you up, if you get a good amount of rest, if you take time to recover. If you don't, I don't know. I don't think this is going to work as well. This feels like a very key component over the next period of time between the full moon and the new moon. The Hierophant is all about institutions, about foundations, about spiritual institutions. It can mean dogmatic religion. It can mean spiritual mentorship, a teacher or an instructor on a particular path. I think you have a chance. This just popped in my head, almost like a spirit guide. Like you have a chance to contact some higher spiritual knowledge here. But it's only if you get the rest you need. If you're not focused on this sort of doing nothing, then nothing will come of it. It sounds ridiculous, but I think you'll hear a call. I think these will come more into play. You will feel charged up. You will start to feel like you really want to get going on something and moving forward, and like having to maybe hold the bridle back on the horse, right? Of your passion, of your hobby, or a particular metaphysical project you're working on. And a lot of things and a lot of ideas will really charge forward for you. And the way to put them forward is going to be through more of a traditional structure. Listening to more, I won't say older, but more experienced individuals who might be able to guide you, even if that's from a random YouTube video or a reel, or how these things come into our life once we start focusing on things. Even if you've not said anything to your phone, for some reason the algorithm knows, right? Pay attention to those sort of bits of information from folks that are maybe a little bit more experienced than you, or maybe information from your guides. As you're recovering, you're going to open up the way for your guides to speak to you a little bit more clearer. It definitely feels like this period of August 19th to September 2nd is going to be a pullback in energy. I know this doesn't indicate that so much because this is a very energetic card, but I feel like this is connected. These two are very closely connected. And the results of that rest and recovery, and also that inner meditation of what you are wanting to do without actually doing it, will generate the energy for the wisdom that you need, especially moving forward. We'll look at the back of I always look at the bottom card of the deck. It's the base card. All right, Judgment. You're going to hear the call. This is such a great card. It's another major arcana card. This is about hearing a higher spiritual calling. This is about hearing a call to a new life, a call to something that you didn't think could be, but it is. And it's a call to a higher sense of being, a higher purpose. All of this goes along with what I was saying. So that's awesome. And I'm actually going to just pull that off the deck and put that there. Okay. And again, it's going to be only if you give yourself time to rest. I think we'll see what comes up on the next reading, but I feel that new moon to full moon phase is when this can really start to move forward. But maybe the first week after the full moon, just take really good care of yourself. Get your sleep, get your rest, recover, and begin to listen. Even the card says the sleepers awaken. So get this rest and then be ready to hear that information from a foundational, more evolved. No, that's not the right word. But just the higher information, the higher vibration. There we go. That's gonna come through in order for you to become a teacher, for you to be able to pass that knowledge on later on down the road. All right. Finally, we're going to do a Angels and Ancestors Pocket Oracle card. This is a small version of a larger deck that I have. And I'm not going to use the pendulum on these. I'm just going to shuffle and pull one. Again, I like to think of this as a little bit of spice, the final punctuation of the reading. And do a quick fan and a feel. And this one. Dream and journey with the drum card. A lot of dream work. Take time sleeping, dreaming. Take time to rest and recover. That goes right there. And you're going to start getting the answers. You're going to start feeling the energy of what you need to move forward. Yeah. All right. I think that does it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments below. I love to hear about them. Don't forget to like and follow. You can also find me over on Instagram. My account name is Mistwalking. That link will be down in the description. Yeah, if you have any other ideas for other readings you would like to see me do, put them in the comments. I will probably do them. I want to grow this channel. I want to do more content for you guys, and give me some ideas. Otherwise, I had a video for how to use a pendulum with the cards, and the audio was terrible. So I have my new microphone now, and I think that's going to be the next step, maybe after I too spend some time recovering and resting from this full moon and enjoying the energy of the full moon. I'm going to take a break, but then maybe in the next week or so, I'll get this video out for you. But in the meantime, if you have anything else you want to add, put it down in the comments below. I hope you have a great full moon, and I hope you have a great period after the full moon and get some rest. Thanks, everybody. Take care.